All right, we didn't make my goal. I was hoping to have the upstairs all sheetrocked, mudded, and sanded by my birthday. It's not the case. Today is my birthday, and we still need to sand. I did not want to have to be doing this on my birthday, but it's got to get done, and we're just gonna get it done today. I don't think we'll get it, I'll leave it at that. We're gonna go up there and start sanding. I'm hoping that all of it is dry enough so we can sand. If not, we will get started on what we can. It definitely smells like sheetrock mud up here. All right, so we are using a Grizzly drywall power sander. I've never used one of these before until the last time we used it. One of you recommended getting a power sander, and I'm glad you did because it's made a huge difference. It comes with two heads. The first head, or this other head, I've never used. I didn't use it last time because I just wanted to get the big blunt of all of the sanding done. I wasn't worried about getting it perfect. I know you come off. Come on. There we go. So the head we used last time was the round disc. They make a triangular head for getting in the corners. I'm assuming this one might be a little dustier. I didn't use it last time because I knew it wasn't going to be my final sand, so I didn't need to get super particular. But this is going to be our last sand. So we're going to start off doing the corners. Alright, so I've never used this angle one. I feel like it's going to be a little bit dustier. It's pretty windy out there. Just because we don't have like an apron around it, like a skirt. This has a skirt that's got like brushed like a broom. So I know. We got some 220 grit sandpaper, and then I believe it came with a pack of 240. All right, here goes nothing. First time using the angle part, and it gets in nice. I feel like it takes a little bit longer. Yeah, it makes a little bit more of a mess, but not terrible. I think I'm just gonna go around and get all of the corners close, and then I will go back around with the orbiting part and then get everything else to the edge. And I think that should do it. Alright, we're going to stop in this room for now. Some of the upper corners are not quite dry all the way, and then in this nook, It's almost dry, but not yet. So we're gonna go into the other bedroom and see what we can get for the corners. So far, I'm impressed. I don't know how good it's gonna show up on camera, but this room is less dry. We have a lot of gray areas right here, so it's damp, not dry. That corner down low, over there. So that's kind of discouraging. This room might be a little bit better. Get some light on, but it seems better. So I guess for now, we're just gonna have to go around and sand what we can sand and let the rest of it dry overnight and then whack it all out tomorrow. So that means I am gonna put the orbital head back on and we are gonna go around and get the flat joints first because those are the driest. So we'll knock some of those out and then crank the heat and get the fans going overnight, and hopefully that does it for tomorrow. For me, that's one of the hardest parts, is waiting for the sheetrock mud to dry. It can take a day, 2 or 3 days sometimes for everything to dry in between coats. Shop bag. No, we got a lot in there, but for some reason, I just think it got plugged up and not settled down. Into that. Let's try changing it out. The bag might be plugged up with a little fine dust that it won't let any more in. The sander wasn't sucking good. I think it's just all plugged up. Alright, well, unfortunately that is as far as we can go today. Everything else is still a little bit damp. We'll let it dry overnight. We'll come back in the morning, do the same video, and we'll get it finished up and hopefully primed in this video. That is the goal. I'm gonna go clean up some of the snow over by the goat barn. I can't get my truck in there, so we gotta use the tractor. Pile it up. That is so nice in a tractor. I know, I got a mess I gotta pick up. But right now it's frozen to the ground. That's one of the things about winter. If you don't get projects done before winter sets in, some of them you can't do until springtime. Feels good to have that cleaned up. That 𝑇YM tractor is so nice. I love the heat. Have I said that before? I'm sure I have. We're gonna get all of our chores done and then get up to the off-grid property, and hopefully all that sheetrock mud is dried and we can do our final coat of sanding and be done with that stage. You looking forward to that?
Move on.
Yes. Come on, and where is everybody? You're not liking the chilly morning either? Good morning, boys. There you go. Is this what you're looking for? Yeah. I throw it on top of their hay, so that way they don't get it all at once and it'll fall out on them as they're eating all their hay throughout the day. Seems to work. They love their Redmond's goat minerals. All right, we made it up. We need to get upstairs and see if the sheetrock mud is dry so we can finish sanding today. I hope so. It definitely smells like sheetrock mud.
It does.
So this is the room that was the least dry. I had the fan blowing in here overnight, and it's looking good. Even the corners are dry. All right. All right, I was just about ready to stop sanding. I was checking the corners. The corners are still wet. And I won't be able to finish sanding everything in here. If I do, I'll mess up the corners. So as much as I want to get the sanding done up here, we need to give it at least another day. Let everything dry nice so we can sand everything nice and nice and not keep going back and forth. This is, to me, one of the frustrating parts about mudding. Luckily, we have plenty of stuff to do downstairs. We're gonna jump on some stuff downstairs and let up here dry. And then tomorrow, we can get the finish sanding done. Luckily we went to the store the other day and got some stuff to wire up the stove. And I'll tell you what, the price of wire right now is crazy. I'm glad I bought a lot of the wire to do most of the house this summer when it was a lot better of a price.
It's a little bit disappointing that we can't get the sanding done today so that we can prime, because that is going to be, I just want to see the transformation, because I know it's just primer, but it's going to make it look so clean up there. But we don't want to go too fast ahead and then cause problems. So luckily we do have other things, many other things to do. So we're going to take care of those instead.
So we already have all of our appliances ordered, so we know what we have for an electric range, and we know what we need for wiring and everything. And I was on their website looking at their installation manual, and it shows you where to mount your box so you can have your oven right up against the wall, because if you don't mount it in the right spot, your plug's gonna be hitting the back of the stove, so it'll push the stove out. All right, now that we have the box where it needs to go, we can start running our wire. This is gonna be a two-person job.
Look at that wire.
6'3". So you might have to take it back.
This thing weighs a ton.
They sure does.
Are you pulling still?
Yeah.
He's gonna get to that gnarly spot. Hold on.
So I picked up a rough-in box the other day at the plumbing supply store. We used the expander pecs, so I made sure I got the right fitting for that. And then this box will go, said a good height is 4 feet, so that would be right here. Seems a little chintzy just floating around, so since we have blocking right here, I'm just going to cut a short 2x4, put it behind this so it has more stability, so when we go to shut it off, I don't have to worry about breaking this box later on.
When we've had water in our fridge at our previous house, we just went up through the basement through the floor, but we cannot do that here. That's why we're putting in a rough-in water shutoff right here. Especially so we don't forget, so that we can use that feature in our refrigerator. Ice is not just for your drinks. It's also if you harvest chickens, you know that you need a lot of ice for that. So an ice maker is always a good thing. Improvising a little.
Yeah, that just makes it, feels like you actually have something there to hold it in place and it's not completely moving around.
Well, it's made for that. Like there's a little tab for it.
Yep. Funny, all the little things you gotta remember to do before you put your sheetrock up or it'll be too late. Alright, I'm trying to find the center of her sink so we can mount an outlet, so we can mount a box, we can have a light above the sink and it'll be centered. As long as that's center of the sink.
Wow.
Should be. Don't want to lose this piece. So since we weren't planning on doing the stuff we did today, I don't have any more wire here. I have some at the house. I'll have to grab it and bring it in to have it. The next time we're looking for things to do, we can finish running the wire for the outlets down here, and then we actually should be getting a delivery today for the window for the powerhouse. We can bring that window up here. That'll be something else we'll have on hand to do. And I'm hoping upstairs is dry tomorrow, and we can get that all finished sanded. Our window showed up, and then we got some fencing from Premier One, so we can set up some temporary fencing for our goats when we get over to the property. All right, we made it up this morning. It is chilly out.
Yep.
But the sheetrock mud is dry. So the goal is today to get it all finished sanding, and then tomorrow we can get some primer on. So we're gonna get this sanded out today, and it's gonna look so different tomorrow, all one color. There we go. So it's looking really good. There's a few spots like here that what I'm thinking is we'll prime it, and then after we prime it, when we have time, we'll go back and we'll just like touch up a few spots.
Can you do that after?
Yeah, you can do it after you prime, because there'll be more little tiny imperfections, so we'll prime everything.
So you can be able to see everything better.
Right, you can see everything better. Those are just little like tiny skim coats. You don't even really have to sand those afterwards. So we'll prime everything. All that will jump out.
Got my Swiffer that I keep. I don't use one anymore, but I keep it because it's good to put rags on. Soft. Clean. You look cute.
You do. Looks like you're having more fun than me.
Was it my face expression?
Yeah, must be all your facial expressions. It's gonna look so different once it's all one color.
Did you have blow dust off that?
Yeah. Did you just wipe it on it?
No.
No.
Why do you think?
I don't know. All right, so the sitting room and hallway are completely done. Our bedroom, I got all the corners done. And before I swap the head out back to the orbital one, because it's kind of a pain to change the head, I go into Olivia's room and get all the corners done in here. And then I can put the orbital head on and then just knock out the rest of it. It's getting there. Oh, it's nice having that sander and vacuum off. There was a few spots I had to do some hand sanding. Not a lot, but I got more dust on me from doing that small amount of hand sanding than I do from sanding everything with the power sander. So that is everything for the corners. Now we can put the orbital head back on and sand the rest of it. This is exciting. Alright, last row that needs a sand. Alright, that is, sorry, probably pretty loud. That is all the sanding. Gonna go around and sweep up, and then we will go and wipe everything down with a damp cloth to get all the dust down. Then the dust will settle overnight, and we can prime tomorrow. This is gonna be good. Took a little bit longer than I was hoping it would, but that's usually most things.